Hello everyone, welcome back to the scooter build. Today we will be hopefully finishing up the scooter and getting the engine on and modifying the engine and getting it all settled. I believe that this is going to work out other than a few things, which is the brakes. I'm going to have to add a way to get the bracket on to hold the caliper and put the caliper next to the brake disc. But other than that, I believe that everything else will work out perfectly fine. So let's waste no time. Stay tuned, we're going to do a test ride at the end. So let's get into it. Alright, so I got this brand new Predator 212. I'm going to be modifying it as best of my ability. Now usually you want to break in the engine, so I'm just going to decide to break it in by having the throttle at 20% for a while until it gets fully broken in before I even use full throttle, so it won't mess up anything internal. But let's get this engine out and see how big it is. Alright, so here's the engine. It looks brand new because it is, but I actually got the non-Hemi version, which I meant to get the Hemi version, but it is what it is. But I believe that, I don't know, that's actually kind of crazy. A few things are different, but I believe that they're all going to be the same. Just about the same for both a Hemi and non-Hemi. Just other than a few things. So here's a box full of stuff that I'm actually going to be putting on the Predator. We got the sprocket. We got these extra long brake lines. We got the exhaust and the carburetor. So let's put all the stuff that's onto the engine. Finally got it off. It actually took me way longer than it probably should have. Alright, so I just finished the engine. I got the carburetor on. I might have to level it out a little bit, but I also got the exhaust on. Still got to put the heat wrap on it. But other than that, this should be fine. And I was going to disconnect these, but I'll just leave them there for now. I might need to because I do not want them to go into the engine. However, this should work. This looks awesome. And yeah. Now, what I'm wanting to do is take apart this brake caliper and replace it with a longer line. I've got 8-foot line here. But first, I'm going to weld these plates onto there for feet. Now it's time to test fit the engine. So I got these metal plates. I'm going to put them for the feet rests. I'm going to put you'll be able to put your feet on, and then I'm going to put grip tape over them after I paint them to have them nice and safe for what I'm trying to keep this thing as safe as possible for what little safety this thing is going to have. So here's the mock-up of where the footrest is going to go. I keep calling it a footrest. I can't remember what you call them. Foot plates, feet plates, whatever. Alright, so I just finished welding up these foot plates. I got them all welded in, and now I need to figure out how to put the brakes, like the brake caliper on. I need to mount it and figure out how to, and where to put the mount. So I might put a bar somewhere in between, but I don't know. I need to figure this out. Okay, so basically the chain is going to go right here where the engine is to the sprocket where it's going to be right here, and your foot's going to be right here. So if your foot slips for whatever reason, it's going to go straight into the chain. So I got this piece, and I'm going to use it and weld it like right here, and use it as like a guard to prevent your leg from going into the chain. I probably should do it for the other side as well, but I believe that this side is the priority. So for the brake caliper, I'm going to have to cut this out and line up these screws, cut these two sides off, and then I might weld a tube to it right there so it could hold on to the side right there. This might actually work pretty good. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna work. Now I could screw in the holes. And then I could weld like a tube right here to the actual frame. Alright, so I just got that bracket in right there, and now it's time to weld it in the rest of the way. Well, I realized that you won't be able to get that screw out in the nut right there because the brake disc is in the way. Okay, so I just got done welding with everything. There shouldn't be any more things I should weld. So I'm going to spray it with some primer, and then I'm going to paint over it with either a black or some other color. So I made sure everything's not going to get painted over like that. So just want to get a few things like that bare metal and stuff painted. So let's get into it. Now I'm going to go back over it with a black spray paint. I'm going to cover up these once again and just clear everything off. All right. All right, here we go. So we just painted this scooter black again, and it looks fantastic. I had a little bit of black paint left and I almost ran out of it, but everything is perfectly fine, and I got the bracket mounted on for the brakes. This thing is going to look fantastic, so I'm pretty excited to see how it goes. Alright, so this adapter for the sprocket would not fit, so I'm going to have to drill those holes to be able to adapt them. There we go, we got this adapter onto the sprocket. We drilled the holes out and now they fit perfectly, so now this is going to work. Alright, so he's got the brake line all zip tied up so it won't be touching the ground at all. Kind of have to shift your foot a little bit in between the carburetor and the brake, but it's now time to actually put the throttle cable in. I'm also going to have to put the gas cable in too. So I'm going to have to probably take off this gas tank, figure out how to do that as well. So let's get into it. Alright, so we finally got the axle completely finished. We got the chain on and the sprocket. The sprocket's in a good place, got the keyway. And then I still need to get a keyway and tighten that up right there. And however, I need to kind of zip tie this brake line. Zip tie this brake line up. And then I might add a chain tensioner and a chain guard for that chain, but other than that, I still have to get the throttle cable into the carburetor and change the jet. Sounds like a motorcycle. Alright, so I finally got my scooter down there and it's ready to rip. I'm going to do a test drive. I gotta probably situate the carburetor a little bit, keeps backfiring, but I gotta probably get to a smaller or bigger jet, whichever one. But let's see how it works. Let me go all the way back down so I can get into a straight. What? I'm trying to do a burnout. Going downhill. It's scary as I was. I think it's sketchy. Something's not right with the centrifugal.
I wouldn't let out the clutch fully, because to let the clutch fully, you got to be going like 15 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like it's geared kind of fast.
So do you think that
I mean, give it a shot.
yeah, do I have to hold in the clutch support?
No, yeah, you do. Oh. You popped the wheelie. The idle is just set
Way too high.
pretty low.
Way too low. The brakes work. I just gotta get used to it. Turning. Yeah. If I run to yeah. Dude, I gotta get used to it.
Yeah, it's not like a dirt bike.
Yeah. Oh, bro. I gotta get used to that. I'm gonna have to build me one of those. Dude, I hope I didn't look stupid.
Look fun.
Yeah, I did. All right.